Hello everybody, welcome back to youtube.com/Geek Aloud. We're back after the Christmas break and I'll apologise off the top. We've had a computer disaster here and now I'm running off a Frankenstein PC, so no more 4K content. We're back to 1080p, but I have kept it at 60 frames a second. Now on to today's Let's Install. It's of course Guardians of the Galaxy. Now today we are doing it on the Xbox Seriex X as requested by a member of the community. Keep those requests coming, guys. Send them through. You can join our Discord if you really want to go crazy and send me requests directly. But as you can see, where is it? Guardians of the Galaxy on the Xbox One. No, Xbox Series X, I should say. And hopefully I remember which way the discs go in the old Xbox and I've put that in the right way up. Any second now, hopefully, we will see the install taking place. Where is it? Oh, there it goes. Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, let's have a look at that queue. Let's bring it up. Now, look, as well, Microsoft have clued on and they've now given us the option to suspend my game from here. So if you look back at the old Let's Install videos, you'd see me always go out and I'd go out and manually have to close those apps and leave this screen. But Microsoft, props to your development teams, guys, because they've nailed this. Now we can hit suspend my game, and we should get the full download speed when pulling the patch off the network. But as you can see here, we're currently installing it off the disk, and that is going to come in at 34.63 gigabytes. And you can see simultaneously now in the background, it's going to decide to pull down 43.8 gigabytes, which I suppose is the updated game. It looks like it's pulling it fully digitally. So what are we now, about 4 months, I believe, after launch of the excellent Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't talk up this game enough. I've played it through on the channel, on the PlayStation 5. There's footage of it. This game is absolutely phenomenal. Best written game of last year. Big props to this game, and that is why now, 4 months later or 3 months later, I've decided it's time for me to pick it up on Xbox and play through it again. I just love the story that much. I can't recommend this game enough to everyone. So here we are now. As I said, a few months past launch, and with the current patch of 43.08 gigs, it's only going to install 577.14 megabytes off the disk, and the rest, of course, is coming in over the network at 43.8 gigabytes. So let's install right here, youtube.com/Geek Aloud. And a reminder, coming back shortly will be the Gaming Enforcement Agency. But as I said at the top, we've had a complete computer failure here and I'm running on bits and pieces of old computers. So Gaming Enforcement Agency will not look at all as good as it used to. We've gone from having 32 gigabytes of RAM, and yes, I use the entire 32 gig of RAM to get Gaming Enforcement Agency working. Previously, this Frankenstein computer only has 16 gigabytes of RAM, so we're going to halve our sort of visual effects, if you like. But also note, this computer's running off an old platter hard drive, whereas the computer that unfortunately died was running off an SSD, so I won't even be able to trigger my clips quickly enough. Anyway, all that aside, what I can tell you is if you want to help me out, if you could join the channel, if you could become a paid subscriber, if we get enough of those, I'll hopefully be able to get enough money together and rebuild that failed 4K 60 frames a second PC with SSD hard drives, and all of you out there can get the product that I want to deliver you, which is Gaming Enforcement Agency. Please go back and look at episode 12, which is our end of the year, Game of the Year special. That was a phenomenal episode. I can't recommend it enough. Go and check that out and you see what we used to be able to achieve with that full computer. So I beg you, please, if you can, join the channel, throw me $1 a month. You get access to the installed videos, which means you can skip right now straight to the end of this video and see the final bit of the install, which some people would prefer to do. I don't know why you don't want to race me every day. But please, if you could join up to the channel, become a paid subscriber, $1 a month, and if we get enough of those, I'll be able to start upgrading that old junky computer and try and bring it back to life. So please, if you can, join the channel, become a $1 a month subscriber. It'll really help us out. We'll be able to get Gaming Enforcement Agency Galaxy back up to the level it was at. It will come back. The plan is to bring it back on Monday. It's only 4 days away, but I need to completely re-envision it with way less visual effects going on. So leave it with me. Check back on Monday. But for now, let's install Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy on the Xbox Series X from the physical edition, and of course, pulling in a very large patch off the network. Let's install youtube.com/Geek Aloud. installed Guardians of the Galaxy from the physical edition onto an Xbox Series X. If you're after the PlayStation 5 version, that is available on the channels a few months back at launch. Now, let's boot it up, have a look at that game, make sure it is fully installed. To the best of my knowledge, there is no DLC at all announced for this game. I believe it was a one-and-done type situation. Oh, I've left myself tiny. Allow me to embiggen myself. What? Oh, no. That's not good. The old lost signal. It's a HDR switch. No worries at all. Here it comes. Don't worry about it. Voice English, text English. That does sound like us. Oh, yeah, we'll just go with the defaults. Subtitles. No, thanks. I don't know what's going on there. Start game! Square Enix presents. All right, now, if memory serves, I believe it launches me into a main menu, but I'm a little bit concerned we've actually booted into the game itself. This is looking a lot like an opening cutscene to me. Could just be a splash screen. I'll let it dance to see what the next thing is. If it goes to a cutscene, though, I'm going to assert that it is fully installed. I'm relatively confident from my time on the PlayStation. Finishing the game, and it's a marvelous game, you should definitely play it and finish it yourself, if you like witty banter, of course. Look at this, a main menu, here we go. Oh yeah, we definitely accept those things without reading them. All right, let's have a look here. Settings, let's have a look. Do we have any? Of course. Now, we want to make sure, look at that. Performance mode, that is exactly where you want to be. Performance mode. We have nothing else there. Square Enix, I'm already linked, gotta love that. Chapters, credits, new games. That is a successful install. So let's pull up those particulars and take a little look. Oh, I should note, the reason, or part of the reason for the install today, other than being requested by a member of the community, though they did request it a few months ago, the reason for the hesitation, or should I say the lack of action maybe from my part, is of course I was waiting for a big sale, and there have been a lot of end-of-year sales lately. So I've actually got 3 or 4 games I've been able to pick up in the sales. There'll be a lot of the big games that we already did last year, but for the alternate platform, that sort of thing, coming your way hopefully in the next 1 or 2 weeks, depending on how the new PC goes. Oh, a reminder, if you could please become a paid subscriber to the channel. If you could hit the join button below me on an Android device or on a PC. You can't unfortunately do it from any of the iOS devices. Apple want their 30%, and gosh darn it, I need a new computer. Not Apple will get 30% richer. So please, find it on a computer web browser or find it on an Android phone. Hit that join button, become a paid subscriber, and then we can hopefully rebuild that 4K 60 frames a second, yes, 4K 60 frames a second capable PC, so the Gaming Enforcement Agency can come back in its full glory. That's what we're aiming for. Please, the more the merrier. Please, please, please sign up. Now, we have version currently 2.7.211.21, and that is 43.4 gigabytes for the full and complete install of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy from the physical edition, updated via the internet, installed onto an Xbox Series X. Thank you very much for watching this Let's Install on youtube.com/Geek Aloud, of course, home of the Let's Install series. Check out the whole channel. They're in a playlist for you, but also, once again, a reminder, Gaming Enforcement Agencies, Monday nights, 8 p.m. In theory, it should be back in 3 days' time, but we've got to see how this computer goes and whether I can scratch an episode together with less than half the resources I used to have. It's a technical marvel. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull it off. Check out the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. It'll be a debacle, I'm sure. Come along Monday night and see for yourself. Other than that, what can you do with Geek Aloud? Like it, subscribe it. You'll never miss it. Oh, trophy! Finally! Yes! Avengers, assemble! He's trying to sweep up leaves in this world. And another one!